Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks I like to the long side. And generally my strategy right now is long stocks that are showing relative strength that's way better than the market. So this is one right here, the squeeze fire today, looking for the stock to see if it can crank out new highs. Symbol there is nice, a very nice move. Another one here I like to the long side is TTD. So you can see we got this new Squeeze Pro here and looking to see if this thing can trigger off and at least get up to 2 ATR at 252. Nice $11 move from where we are right now. And another one here, Shopify, also showing great relative strength, and we got a great looking new squeeze there. Okay, we'll talk about what that is here in a second. For tomorrow, we got the minutes. The real key there to look at is going to be the bond market. You know, if the bond market here we've been drifting down back to the mean. If this pops higher, I am going to be looking for stock weakness. But most importantly, if the Japanese yen, and you can do FXY, not /FXY. You can look at the yen futures, obviously, but if you don't look at futures, you can do FXY, which is the ETF. And basically, the stock market has been going higher directly as the yen has been falling. Okay, there's a huge direct correlation here, and by the way, the yen is way bigger than the stock market. If this thing bottoms tomorrow after the minute and starts to rally, I'm actually looking for a fairly steep pullback in the stock market. Doesn't mean I'm looking for a top, it's just that the markets are extended, and in particular, we're showing some signs of bearish divergences here in IWM, okay, compared to the NASDAQ and the transports. So basically, in a nutshell, I'm looking to be long, strong stocks like TTD, Shop, and Nice, but looking for opportunities to buy longer term puts on something like IWM. And it's very possible we could get something where IWM goes down, but some of those stronger stocks hold. But I overall like that combination. All right, let's talk a little bit more about what those black dots mean. So this is part of the new Squeeze Pro system. All right, and so what does that mean? It just means that you've got essentially more at bats. All right, the black dots here, they give twice as many signals. Okay, and the accuracy increases by 2 percentage points, and the average trade is actually a little bit bigger. And I'll show you some stats on that. And then you've got the system here where at what's called a clean long, where basically if you get the Squeeze Pro and you get the 834 EMA cross positive, prices above the 34 and histograms above 0, right? You just get in. And if you get that little green dots there, you got to get in fast because that means it's about to go. All right. So I'll show you the checklist on that. So this is how I rank it for a long, and of course the short is opposite. So the 834 EMA is cross positive, and that means that the 8 is above the 34. Okay, that's the first thing. Secondly, actual price of the underlying is above the 34 and ideally below the 8. Okay, so here's the 8 EMA, right? And then here's the 34 EMA. If price is up here, it's too far gone, like you missed it. Ideally, it's right in between, and that's kind of like an ideal zone. Okay, so if those then 3, the squeeze histogram is above 0. So if all 3 of those are true at the time that you get the up arrow, okay, the up arrow is part of the system, then basically it's okay to get in right there. And that's easy. I mean, it's a really nice and clean setup. If all of this is not true at the up arrow, you wait until the first 3 conditions are true before going long. So that prevents you from getting into bad trades. Okay, you just got to wait until those line up. And then the arrow represents the ideal time to enter a trade if those 3 conditions are true. But if at that moment in time they're not, you just got to wait. So here's an example. So Squeeze Pro, you can see we got black dots, red dots, orange dots. So we got the black dot confirmation buy, red dot confirmation buy, orange dot confirmation buy. Okay. Now, as you're seeing this, you're like, you don't want to buy it here, right? Because you got to buy it in between. So perfect buy point here. And then from here, boom, it just kind of takes off and goes. So what about the ideal short? So the 834 is cross negative. Price is below the 34, yet above the 8, so just the opposite. Squeeze histogram is below 0. If this is all true at the down arrow, then it is okay, because that's what you're looking for, is that high probability moment in time. All right, so let's look at a chart. So you can see here that you've got down arrow, histogram below 0, and we're between the 8 and 34. All right, and that's what you're looking for. So an example here is TTD. You got the squeeze here. Now, in this case, you can see the momentum came down, but we want to wait for the momentum to shift, okay? Momentum came down, wait for the shift. Once you get the shift, if we're in between the 8 and 34, that's great. And another one that's setting up right now is you have Cisco. You know, again, you're right here in that buy zone. You've got an arrow right there. Here's the squeeze, right? And you're all ready to go. So that's the kind of stuff that we're looking at here. And then what's nice here is with the stats, you can see it's like, okay, you know, there have been 95 squeezes. The average squeeze move has been $1.58. Okay, if you look at something like Amazon, then the average squeeze move, obviously because it's a larger stock, the average squeeze move is simply going to be bigger. So on Amazon, you know, there have been 109 squeezes, 70 of them long, 39 short, and then the average move here has been $82. The biggest one was $540. You know, that was insane. But you know, what's nice is when you see something like that, you're going to sit there and say, oh, okay, the squeeze just fired. Typically, after it fires, it'll move $82. So pretty good stuff there. So if you are interested in these tools, I believe this is the last day before the price goes up on these. We just did the kind of the early bird run-in with the indicators. We did the live trading today. So if you want to get these, you can get a recording of that. Basically the Squeeze Pro for this basic package, if you go to simplertrading.com/explosive, it's not a medical condition, but it is for these tools. For the basic, you get the Squeeze Pro. That's those black, orange, and red dots. And then you get those arrows for the buy-sell signals. You get a recording of the live trading session we did today, which was great. And then you do get an indicator setup video. If you are interested in the early warning, that's basically when those bars turn green. It means, hey, by the way, if you wanted to get into this, you need to hurry because it's about to go. All right, so it's super valuable there. And then if you remember that statistic tool that showed like, hey, the average move in Amazon's $82, it's really great for planning. That's included in the Elite. So the Elite includes everything. All right. Hope it helps. This has been something that's been a lot of fun. Everybody's been super excited about this, and looking forward to doing some more trades with this tomorrow in the room for the close. I'll see you then.